The darkness of the night was so dense that the boundary between earth and sky had completely disappeared. The whispering wind passing through the mountains echoed in our ears like screams. We knew that whatever we were about to witness was far beyond human understanding. Bilal and I, along with our companion Baba Monia, set out toward a deserted mountain near the village. With every step on the rocky path, our courage weakened. The shadows of the dense trees made us feel as if someone was watching us from hiding. The rustling of wind, stones colliding, a terrifying scream coming from far away, dim light, glowing mist, and small moving shadows. We entered a small cave inside the mountain. There stood a mysterious Baba, whose name we did not know. He was performing a strange ritual. His hands were raised toward the sky, his body trembling like mist, and with every movement, the atmosphere grew more terrifying. A slowly intensifying heartbeat, mysterious music mixed with the wind, echoing whispers. The edges of the Baba's body faintly visible through the mist in a dim glow. As soon as we moved closer, the Baba suddenly vanished before our eyes. Nothing remained except silence and shadows. Sudden silence, a rapidly pounding heartbeat, a faint scream in the background, an empty space within the mist, dimming light, moving shadows. At that moment, a beautiful village girl silently entered the cave. Her presence made the atmosphere even more terrifying and mysterious. The air seemed to stop, the shadows froze, and it felt as if every part of the mountain was listening to our heartbeats. Heartbeat, the silence of frozen air, distant muffled voices. The soft sound of the girl's footsteps, her face partially visible in the light. Baba Manja pulled us aside and said in a low voice, "Everything you see here is real. Every ritual and every secret is buried within these walls. Whether you understand it or not, what happens next will never leave your mind." We tried to focus on our heartbeats, but within the cave's silence, only echoes of fear and awe could be heard. Suddenly, the shadows began to move, the mist thickened, and the village girl appeared standing in the darkest corner of the cave, surrounded by a strange light. Our hearts felt as if they had stopped. Every moment felt as though the mountain, the cave, and the girl were absorbing our fear. Intense whispers, heavy breathing emerging from the mist, muffled screams. The girl's shadow slowly growing larger within the light, mist and moving shadows everywhere. We realized that some secrets are meant to remain hidden forever, and that village girl might be the key to them. Whatever we witnessed became a buried truth within the mountain, forever etched into our memories. Sound effects. Wind wrapped in mist, a distant final scream, followed by complete silence. Visuals. At the edge of the mountain, a small glowing path within the mist, as if a secret was still waiting for us. As the girl's shadow spread, the cave walls seemed to breathe. The stones trembled lightly, and a dull echo rose from deep within the earth. Baba Monia gripped my arm tightly. Fear was clearly visible in his eyes. The sound of the ground shaking, stones creaking, a heavy echo from deep below, shapes forming and dissolving on the cave walls, as if faces were emerging. The girl slowly lifted her face. Her eyes were not normal. There was a strange glow within them, as if she wasn't looking at us, but at the fear inside us. My body went numb, and breathing became difficult. An uncontrollable heartbeat, faint whispers, as if someone were calling a name. A glowing light within her eyes, while the rest of the cave remained submerged in darkness. Suddenly, Baba Monia spoke. "This girl is not human. She is the guardian of the mountain. Whoever comes here, she reads the secrets of their heart." Hearing this, my legs began to tremble. We realized that we had not come here merely to witness something. We had been summoned for a trial. Sound effects. Whispers growing louder, wind gaining force. "Once you see the truth, you can never be the same again." Those words kept ringing in our ears, and suddenly everything was swallowed by darkness. A piercing scream, followed by complete silence. We found ourselves at the foot of the mountain. The sun had risen, yet the same darkness still lived inside our hearts. Baba Monia remained silent. Bilal stared at the ground. And I knew that whatever we had left behind, it would never leave us. Visual. Morning light falling on the mountain, but shadows still lingering. In the morning light, when we looked at one another, everything felt different. A strange mark had appeared on Bilal's hand, not like a burn, but like a symbol. The moment Baba Monja saw it, he looked away. Soft wind, restless cries of distant birds. A rotating symbol on the hand, faintly glowing in the light. I asked Baba Monja, "What is this mark?" He remained silent for a few moments, then said, "The mountain never lets anyone return empty-handed. Whoever sees its secret is branded with the mountain's seal." His voice trembled, as if he knew this fate all too well. We had barely reached the village when dark clouds gathered again in the sky. The same cold wind, the same whispers. It felt as if the night had returned. Sound effects. Strong wind, trees crashing together. That same familiar scream from afar. Visual. Village streets, long shadows, flickering oil lamps. When I looked into the well, my heart nearly stopped. The reflection was not mine. It was the girl, standing there. I stepped back, but her voice echoed in my ears. The secret is not complete yet. Sound effects, gentle ripples in the water, whisper-like echoes. That same night, all three of us had the same dream. The mountain was calling us. The same cave, the same mist, the same light. We understood then this story was not over. It had only just begun. By morning, Bilal was gone. Only one thing remained in his room, that same stone mark, now feeling disturbingly alive. Sound effects, a pounding heartbeat, silence slowly growing heavier. Visual, an empty path leading toward the mountain, wrapped in mist. We entered Bilal's room. It looked the same, yet the atmosphere had changed. Damp stains covered the walls, resembling fingerprints pressed into the surface. The mirror placed in the corner suddenly began to tremble on its own. The mirror shaking, droplets dripping from the walls, muffled whispers, a blurred reflection in the mirror, with the movement of a shadow behind it. Gathering my courage, I looked into the mirror. It wasn't my reflection. It was Bilal, trapped inside the cave, surrounded by mist. He said only one thing. "She is coming." And suddenly, the mirror shattered violently. Sound effects. The sound of glass breaking, followed by a sharp scream. Baba Monja collapsed to the ground. His voice choked as he spoke. "I didn't tell you both the whole truth. This mountain demands a sacrifice every 20 years. And this time, the mark is not on Bilal. It's on you." A wave of terror ran through my entire body. The door opened on its own. The same girl stood outside, but her face was no longer human. Black smoke poured from her eyes, and her feet hovered above the ground. It's time to pay the debt. Sound effects. Heavy breathing. The roar of storm-like wind. Visual. The girl's shadow spreading across the ground as lamps extinguish one by one. We followed her, powerless to resist. The night had come alive again. The mountain was calling us, and this time, refusal was impossible. Baba Monja had returned, but he was no longer the same. His eyes were hollow, as if something inside him had died. The villagers kept asking questions, but he repeated only one sentence. "The mountain hasn't let go yet." Soft wind, a creaking door, long silence. Visual. Baba Monja sitting in a shadow-filled room, half his face swallowed by darkness. That night, I woke up screaming. I saw myself back inside the same cave. On the altar, my name was written in letters that looked like blood. Behind it stood the same girl, smiling. "You promised." Cold sweat covered my body. In the morning, I looked at my hand. The same mark that had appeared on Bilal Bai's and Baba Monja's hands was now on mine as well. The mark was slowly pulsing, as if it were alive. A soft tapping, synchronized with a heartbeat. That day, strange events began in the village. Livestock started dying on their own. The well's water turned black. Children began repeating the same sentence at night. The girl is calling. Visual. Empty streets, locked doors, flickering lamps. Scene 30, Baba Manja's confession. At last, Baba Manja broke down. This mountain doesn't take souls. It creates heirs. The girl is not a guardian she chooses, and this time, the choice is you. A ringing filled my ears. Scene 31, The Mountain's Door. That night, a new path opened in the middle of the mountain. It wasn't made of light. It was pure darkness. The same familiar voice echoed in the air. Come back. I knew that if I didn't go, the entire village would pay the price. I stepped toward the mountain. From behind me, Baba Manja's final voice echoed, Remember, whoever enters never returns as a human. And as soon as I stepped into the mist, the girl stood before me smiling. The girl's true nature. The girl stepped into a circle of light. She was no longer just a girl. She was the mountain's guardian spirit. I am the door. Without sacrifice, there is no truth. Her voice echoed as it struck the walls of the cave. The girl turned her gaze toward me. Baba Manja collapsed to the ground. One will go,